Hi, you caught me pushing my chair up. Welcome to week 4, day 4 of the 4-week challenge I accepted for myself. 4 weeks of 5-day-a-week videos. Today is week 4, day 4. One more to go in this series. Tonight, I want to talk about sometimes it's not a cyber attack. You know, it's good to know at least my own family listens to my constant internet safety lectures. I wish more business leaders would do more than talk about taking security seriously, but at least my own family listens. I'm under constant cyber attack. It's phenomenal. Every single day, I see 100 or 200 phishing emails every single day they hit my inbox. Some are clever. One email cussed me out for sending a bogus invoice, which I don't even send invoices anymore. But anyway, the emailer conveniently attached a copy of the bogus invoice I supposedly sent. Click on the copy and who knows what'll happen, right? Another one cussed me out for not paying an invoice that he sent me, and he sent a copy of that one too, a convenient attachment to click. A lot of them claim to come from the U.S. Post Office or from Amazon or UPS. We tried to deliver your package, but we couldn't do it. Click here to fix everything all up. Yeah, right. One biggie is I get this. I must get 2 or 3 of these every single day for the past month. It's an email claiming to come from me, from myself, and it says, I'm a bad guy from overseas, and I got inside your computer and I compromised your password. Don't even try to change it because it's too late. The damage is already done. And I got inside your computer and I looked at all the evil, terrible websites you've been browsing. My, don't you have a clever imagination? And I got into your webcam and I watched you doing stuff that you really should do in private. If you send me however much money it is in Bitcoin, and here's my Bitcoin idea, if you send me this much money in Bitcoin, I won't show all these private videos to everybody in the whole world. My dog. Don't fall for that kind of crap. Just don't fall for it. My dgregscott.com author website, that comes under attack all the time. A couple times, somebody with a Russian IP address tried to exploit a 0-day problem with WordPress until I blocked that whole IP address range. Denial of service attack. You know, and since my first book, Bullseye Breach, is a book about how Russians steal 40 million customer credit cards, it shouldn't be a surprise that the Russians tried to attack me. I guess the only surprise is, why did they take so long? So anyway, when my daughter came to me a few months ago with a strange cell phone behavior, I knew it had to be another attack. She was trading text messages with another mom to set up a play date for my grandson. The other mom offered to have my grandson over to her house to play with her son, and my daughter offered to stay and help. Boys can be rambunctious when they get together, as you know. This is one of my daughter's messages, and I'm quoting her with permission. Here's what she said on a text. She said, sounds good. I'm cool with staying and hanging out if you want. I just don't want you to feel like overwhelmed or anything. Innocent enough, right? The other mom replied, and they continued their text conversation back and forth. Now, I'm 60 years old. I still don't see the appeal of text messages as a primary form of communication. Those teeny tiny cell phone keys and autocorrect, that stuff drives me nuts. If we're both tapping out little teeny tiny buttons on a phone, why not just talk to each other? I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing. Anyway, in the middle of her conversation with the other mom, 2 identical text messages from 2 different unknown local numbers came in. The messages were, who dis, D-I-S, dis, who dis, followed by forwards of my daughter's messages to the other mom. Well, that weirded out my daughter, and she asked me for help. How do I figure out how somebody invaded her phone? Why was somebody stalking her from 2 different phone numbers and taunting her with their own text messages? And how could some lowlife intercept her text messages and play them back for her? What did these guys want? I was curious myself. So I looked over the conversations. The texters knew my daughter's name. They knew the date and time she planned to meet with the other mom, but we had no clue who the other texters were. It was time to put on my tough guy dad hat because, I'm such a tough guy. I texted one of the numbers with, who are you and what do you want? And I was about to try to figure out who the numbers belonged to and call the police when my daughter's phone rang from the first number. Well, we looked at each other and she handed me the phone. So I answered it. Hello, I said. Oh, wait. Hello, I said in the strongest dad voice I could muster. You know, it's just an aside. It's not the weapon you bring to the fight that counts. It's what the other guy thinks you bring to the fight that counts. Well, to my surprise, the caller was a woman, and she was as mystified about what was going on as my daughter. She said she received a text message about staying and hanging out from this number, but she had no idea what that meant or what was going on. She knew my daughter's name because my daughter used her name in another message in the conversation thread. The mystery was, how did this unrelated third party end up with a copy of part of my daughter's half of a conversation with the other mom? Curious, we called the other number. Well, that was also a woman, but she thought my daughter was a guy sending inappropriate advances. What does hang out really mean anyway? Well, we had a long talk and we cleared that up. Apparently, my daughter's cell carrier, which was T-Mobile at the time, had a text message routing problem and sent the copies of text messages to unintended phone numbers that night. Apparently it happened to a few people. Imagine receiving a text message about hanging out and don't feel overwhelmed with no other context from some strange phone number. That's my grandson in the background. But this time, there was no cyber attack. There were no stalkers, no perverts, just a T-Mobile text message glitch with suspicion layered on top. Few lessons from this? Yeah, you betcha. It's not always a cyber attack or some evil cyber stalker. Sometimes it's just a technology glitch. Also, if you want to share intimate text messages with somebody, it's best to do it by voice or face-to-face. Text messages can be misrouted. You've been warned. I saw it firsthand. Also, who dis, D-I-S, who dis, that must be a common text message greeting. I need to learn the new language. There's one more video left in this 4-week challenge. Next time, I'm going to talk about the cybersecurity arms race, and I'll see you then. Thanks for putting up with me.
What time?